So an intelligent failure is, strictly speaking, not preventable because you're in new territory where you really couldn't have known in advance fully what
Mhm.
would happen. So you will recognize this as part of experimentation, right? And certainly part of science and part of innovation writ large, right? That there will be forays into new territory that cannot be guaranteed to work. And so, the in a way, the goal of the book is to give people sort of simple tools and frameworks for distinguishing between the
Mm.
intelligent failure, the right kind of wrong, and the other kinds. The other two kinds that I identify are basic failures, which are single cause failures, just a single in familiar territory, but a single mistake or lapse led to a bad outcome that's otherwise largely preventable. And complex failures, which are the perfect storms, the multi-causal
Mm.
factors, the handful of things coming together in just the wrong way to create a bad outcome. That again, not always, but often could, with vigilance and speaking up, have been caught and corrected in time to
Yeah.
prevent them. So the book is full of, best practices, both for experimenting in thoughtful ways to get the new knowledge we need to make advances in virtually every field, and takes a look at some of the best practices for operating flawlessly where it's absolutely necessary, like
Mm.
passenger air travel or surgical procedures.
So many strings there I want to pull on. Maybe
I went on too long. I'm sorry.
no, no, not at all. There's a lot to unpack on this topic that I find fascinating. I think maybe the most public, at least for me, failure where I think psychological safety would have prevented was the Challenger
Mm,
disaster, where for those who aren't familiar, uh, there was an engineer in the room before the Challenger shuttle was launched who said, "This is not directionally correct. We don't know what's going to happen here. There's a good possibility that this is not going to go well in terms of the O-rings." And he was, this is the classic group think, right? He was overridden by louder voices, more hierarchically powerful, who basically told him to sit down and shut up multiple times.
yeah,
And so other people didn't speak up because it wasn't
right.
safe for them to weigh in
Yeah.
with their opinions.